Gang. This your boy Hyphen Jersey. You're tuned into the Hyphen Eagles. Thanks everybody that continue to watch, follow, subscribe, and put in your comments and your ideas. You already know I gotta say thanks. And like, yo, continue to do that. We're gonna get right into it though, man. Yeah, like we on week 7 and we gotta rebounce back. We gotta bounce back after that loss that we had got from the Jets, and I feel like we lost on ourselves. We could have won that game, even though we was playing a little sloppy. We still had a chance to win at the end, but the kind of mistakes and the hiccup. If you saw my last video, you already know how I felt about that. But so it's a lot of stuff they gotta clean up on this game, and a lot of mistakes that can't happen. A lot of dealing with the coaching, and then dealing with Jalen Hurts of staying calm and being a leader and protecting the ball and not forcing things that's not there. Just um live to play another day. Like that I know. I say live like they ain't die, but you get what I'm saying. Like just keep the drive alive. Basically, the drive alive. And like play another down. Like it's better for that than causing an into, and then you giving them better field position, and then making your defense have to work even more harder than they need to, especially when it comes to this offense. And the Dolphins, they yeah, they very explosive, and they could take a game away. And between Tyreek Hill and Waddle, like those two receivers, you got the cheetah, then you got him that's good at the same time. So like it's gonna get our defense a little bit of challenge. I mean, probably a little bit more than a little bit of challenge. Like they going our secondaries and our linebackers, corners, they gonna have a handful dealing with this offense. I feel like our defensive line should be kind of okay. But it's up to what do they do, because they be getting pressure, but not how we was getting pressure last season. So this season they're gonna have to really try to show something that's similar as to last season and get some pressure on Tua, because we gotta disrupt a lot of these timing and a lot of these quick passing, getting the ball out the hands. And yeah, like we gonna have to actually put that pressure on him to mess up his connection with his receiver. So that's gonna have to happen. They're gonna have to be very aggressive in this game. Before I continue what I'm saying, that just if you're watching me from other platforms, you can follow me on Twitter right here. You know, keep up with the videos. Keep up if you got something to say, what you want to say, just let me know. And yeah, just keep up with that. But yeah, but back into it, like, yo, yeah, that this defensive line gonna have to help out these DBs. They're gonna have to help out the safeties and the corners. Even though we got Slade back, and we got Bradbury, they gonna be in. But you know how they've been dealing with dealing, because of, I feel like, the plays and the type of plays that's been going out and actually been putting out from the side. They had to they trying to adjust what and especially in the beginning with all the open zones and stuff like that. You know, but Sean Desai is kind of mixing it up a little bit, so he's getting better at playing a different type of scheme in our defense. So I feel like they 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 will show a little bit more improvement in that area. But far as that, they still experience corners, and they still have that leadership for that defense on the back end. But yeah, but it's still gonna be a lot for them. We're gonna be missing the injuries. Gonna be missing Reed Blankenship on the safety, so he's not gonna be in. He's gonna be out. So that's making things a little, because he been balling. He been doing his thing. So that's another a little loss on us. But we got Sidney Brown. I feel like Sidney Brown has been doing good. He's been doing well. So hopefully he'll take up in that position and make some very, very good key stops. Hopefully the whole defense makes some very, very key stops dealing with this explosive Dolphins offense. Like, but it's gonna have to be our defensive line. It's gonna have to be the defense lineman is gonna have to really show off in this game to put that pressure onto it and make him disrupt his timing and yeah, like not get that ball out, and not also the linemen. the corners and everything gonna have to they're gonna have to get aggressive with the receivers. They're gonna have to stop them on the line. Don't let them get off the line quick. Have let Tua gotta wait and gotta take his first decision away. So you gotta think, okay, what's next, to give our defensive lineman time to get in there and interrupt some plays, because they fast. Like, so if you get them time, you playing off, you get them time to explode, they're gonna go past you. So it's you're gonna have to be aggressive. The corners and everything, the whole defense gonna have to play aggressive. Just stop these receivers pace and the speed of these receivers to not get open quick enough. But even though it's not only at the back end that they could go, they could do like 5 yards passes and take that and explode all the way downfield. So they gonna have to watch out for that. So, but the best way to interrupt that is playing aggressive, and Tua gonna have to decide where who he want to go to with the ball and everything. They gonna try to get the running game probably most likely, because they running game been pretty good. But we've been good with stopping the run defense, so that's gonna have to continue on this game. Like, they're gonna have to continue. Like, they're gonna have to make them one dimensional and put that pressure on Tua. And I feel like if they do that, we have a very good chance to win. We will give our offense enough of time to keep up with this offense. But that's the defense. That's my plan on how I feel like the defense should do, what the defense should do on their side. But the offense, how we doing? They're gonna have to come back. They're gonna have to redeem themselves on their side, because of how they was playing the last game. The receivers gonna have to make up of them dropping the balls last game, and they're gonna have to get they they gonna have they're gonna have to catch it. Like Devontae Smith said, when they interviewed him about him dropping that pass, he was like, yo, ain't nothing to learn, just catch the ball. Like, yeah, yo, just catch it. That's you already know. Just stay focused, don't think too much, get your hands on the ball and catch. It was a wide open pass. It wasn't like nobody was up on him that made it a little hard. It just sometimes that happens. The greatest receivers drop passes. Like, it just happens. It just sadly it happened on a game that we need no mistakes on because of how it was planned out. But yeah, like they gonna have to redeem themselves with catching. Brian Johnson gonna have to call some plays out. He gonna have to dial in something to dealing with this the defense. Like, it shouldn't be very hard. The Dolphins defense is not really all that. I'm not really for sure what they rank in their defense. I didn't see that, so sorry about that. But if just put in your comments and let me know. But I just know that their defense is not really all that. They just been on the offensive side. The defense, is still a little iffy. So their defense is somewhat like our defense dealing with is somewhat similar in that area. You gonna argue ours is a little more better. Is I want to say a little better. Is better because of our defensive line. But yeah, but it shouldn't be hard to dial in something dealing with this Dolphins defense. He don't think too much. Like I said, like we don't need to be an explosive offense if it's not that. If you see it, if it becomes that, then cool. But yo, just do your check down, move the change. Like don't allow, like I said before, don't allow third downs become third and long. Like, let's try to get third and short to make it easier so we could convert and get it done. All right, we got a Miami in here. Oh, we're gonna see what type of game it's gonna be. Like, it should be a pretty good game. I can't wait until 8 o'clock. Both teams they doing their thing. Miami's a little bit right now is a little bit hotter than us, but it's cool though. It should be a good game. Tyreek balling, Waddle's balling, Tua's balling, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Like, like both teams gonna have to stay. They're gonna have to put they all to it, because both of them have something to prove. Dolphins got us something to prove of who they are now in the season, in this franchise. Like, what team they gonna beat and how they gonna move forward. Like, so that's what they have to prove. And the Eagles have what we trying to sustain and what we trying to find ourselves. We are trying to sustain and continue to look like elite team of going to the Super Bowl from last year. Like, so we're trying to maintain our spot in the NFC. Like we're trying to keep that championship, the being the NFC champion spot and maintain it. And so we're showed that we could continue to do this each and every year. But yeah, so but like I was saying back in everything, like like the offense gonna have to Brian Johnson gonna have to dial in something. It's don't think too much. We don't need to be that explosive, making the throwing these balls back down the field back and forth. No, just move the chains, make third and short, like so we could convert. If we got a brotherly shove and convert it in, then that will make it easy. But we can't do that if we got third and long, and it's gonna make the game worse. So just move the chains, get first down, move down the field, control time possession, and punch it in. But I feel like we can do that. We have that, but at the same time, when we get to the red zone, that's gonna have to be changed. Like we got to show for in this game in the red zone. We have to punch it in dealing with this Dolphins. Miami Dolphins is a scoring team, so we gonna have to score too. So we gotta punch it in. Don't ain't just not. It can't be no Jake Elliott game. Like it can't, unless the defense is doing phenomenal. But we don't want to rely on that. We have to score and punch it in that red zone. So his red zone plays gonna have to come in and clutch. Like he gonna have to dial in some. No more quarterback draws and Hurts running in, trying to run it in and catch him. No, like we gotta foreplay this defense till they don't know he's gonna do it. If you come off the back, they gonna expect that and they're gonna be stopping that. Like, nah, like no, do your check downs, get Swift involved. We're a running team, so get him involved. We got Kenny Gainwell, we got Boston Scott. Get your running game going on. Like, dial some schemes on the running games. You got a good offensive line, even though they came off a little off game dealing with the Jets, but they still a good offensive line. So take control of that and get the defense off their toes, like off their heels. Like, we if we do that, if we move the chains, we march and we get down to the red zone, we continue that, just getting close. And if we have to brotherly shove into the touchdown, then cool. Like, people might not, it's not pretty, whatever. Who care about pretty? Like I said in my last point, if we getting style points, like, is this NFL streaks? No, like this is the NFL. The win is the most important thing. I don't care of okay, we brotherly shove in the end zone. Who cares if we score? We marched down the field and we scored. We punched it in. So like, just dial. You need to dial in some plays. Dial in some 5 yards to 6 yards to get some plays to get the ball out quick for Hurts. Just to see the field what this defense is gonna try to offer to us. Like, it's just like, boxing, like, you want to start throwing haymakers and all that. You want to come off like throwing jabs, like, jabs, like, no, filling it out. That's the 9 out of 10. That's you got some people like, Mike Tyson and all these hard hitter boxers that, came out hitting hard, throwing haymakers and knocking their opponents out, real quick. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing in the NFL. Sometimes you could do that. Sometimes you could not. But if you have the offense, if you find yourself in your franchise, then cool, you could do that. Right now, we finding ourselves. We can't just off the back just start throwing passes downfield, deep passes back to back, forcing these passes downfield when we trying to fill ourselves out. Like, until we get there, then cool. But right now, that's fine. What works? That's fine. What we got, and then we can start doing that. Get these check downs, move the change. Like, penalties, clean it up. No penalties. Offensive line, no penalties. Nothing. Keep this game clean. Protect the ball. No fumbles, interceptions on Hurts' hands. None of that. Like, we should not have to force nothing dealing with this Dolphins defense. Like, we should not force nothing. But you know how NFL goes. Sometimes formations and matchups could be different. Like, but at the same time, we shouldn't have a hard time with this defense. Like, it should be a scoring game. Like, they got an explosive offense versus our defense that been a little bit of, they've been holding it down though. Like, they've been doing it good enough just because mainly a lot because of our defensive line. But yeah, like they could potentially be scoring at us because of our defense and how we are in the back end. So if we're going in this game, feeling like, okay, like our defense might have a hard time controlling and maintaining and these wide receivers between Hill and Waddle. Then we have to go in this game with a mentality. Yo, we at least got to put up 30 to 40 points, like 30 to 40 points, like, and we got to punch it in and score. Like, so I feel like we could do it. I feel like we definitely got the offense for it. There's so many weapons. Like, it's just, I feel like it's between the play calling and Hurts controlling and protecting the ball. Play calling, Hurts protecting the ball. I think this game is, besides the defensive line putting pressure on Tua, it also will come down to play calling and Hurts protecting the ball. Like, he on the offensive side. All right, that's the two sides. I say the defense putting pressure, disrupting timing on Tua, and then the offense play calling and Hurts protecting the ball. Like, and also not only Hurt protect him, because the running backs got to protect. Swift did had a fumble last game, and sometimes that happens, but the running backs gonna have to protect the ball. The wide receivers, everybody gonna have to protect the ball, but it starts with the quarterback, it starts with Hurts. He definitely gonna have to protect the ball. No interceptions, no fumbles. Don't make things hard. Don't dig ourselves in a hole. We shouldn't get. We don't want to be behind against this team. Like, no, continue to punch in and answer. If they answer, let's answer back. But yeah, like, yo, this game should be a good game, man. It's been the game of the week. Everybody been watching. It's gonna be people there. It's gonna be everybody going there. Like this. I wish I could go see this game. I was there see this game, but it's been a lot. So, but I'm gonna be watching it. I know the fans is gonna be roaring. They gonna be live, like, so it's gonna be that type of game. And that's another thing. Like, the Dolphins is gonna have to play against our stadium. You know how rowdy we get. So playing in there, you already know it's not easy because our fans put supporting the players on that field. So yeah, like they do have to play against our field. So that's another positive that we have, but we gotta take advantage of that and we gotta control that. Like I said, control the time possession, run the ball, keep Tua off the field. Don't let him be on the field too much. Keep him off, take the time and punching in, take time off the clock and punching in, and defense do your job. Like, I feel like if we continue that and if we do that, we have a very, very, very good chance of winning. But it's up to them how hungry and how aggressive they're gonna play in this game. Not too aggressive, because I don't want to see no cards. Not against this offense. We don't need, unless if you about to get scorched, you about to get torched and everything. Like, then you hold it. You hold them. You rather take a pass interference or holding call instead of a touchdown. I get it, but a lot of times you don't have to. These receivers don't have to do that, and they do it. Like, if it's just a 5 yard cut, like a slant play, inside slant play or whatever, you don't need to hold it. Like, if he get it off, he get it off. Get the tackle, get your tackle, stop him. Don't let him. Okay, because you hold him, you're giving him a little bit more yardage, and you make it like no. Now, I understand sometimes they could take those little plays and they could potentially take it to the house, or they could get even way more yardage, like dealing with this offense. But we don't want to cause that, So let's keep these holdings, these penalties, man. Let's keep it clean. And yo, let's go out and get this dub. Let's go to we need to be 6-1. Let's continue. Like, man, we got to show that, yo, we could stop a team. Like, and I feel like we could. Our offense we got so many weapons, and it shouldn't be hard against this defense with our weapons. Like, we're dealing with AJ Brown coming off multiple 100 receiving yards games, and Devontae Smith, how much of a baller he is. Dallas Goddard, how much of a dog he is. Swift, what he been doing for this team this season. Kenny Gainwell he's still good. Boston Scott still good. Jason Kelsey is still on that line, controlling that line. The offensive line is still good. Like, even though the last game, but they still good. Like, so only person that we got to see to come off and really bounce back is mainly Hurts. Like, so, and I'm pretty sure Hurts is good. He got the skills, the asset, and he got the mentality to come back and bounce back and do way more better than what he did before. And then last but not least, Brian Johnson gonna have to come out and dial in some plays, and he gonna have to show some this game. Like, this gonna be a test, definitely a test against him, his play calling against his defense. Like, he gonna have to show some and step up. Like, and Nick, you always start with a head coach. Gonna have to enforce that into him, his coaches. Like, he gonna have to force that into Brian Johnson and enforce that to Sean Desai. Like, so he gonna have to take control and make sure they are throwing out the right plays for the right or on the right time. Like, so and yeah, man, if they continue that, if they do that, then we have a lot of chance. We have a very, very good chance to win. Like, but let's get there to the good part. The score prediction. I'm gonna give you what I feel what the score gonna be like. You let me know afterwards what you feel like the score gonna be like after the game. No matter if you're Eagles or Dolphins or any NFL team that's watching this podcast, let me know what you think the score prediction is gonna be. What I feel like it's gonna be, because these offenses is versing against little iffy defense. Like I said, our defensive line is what makes our defense better than the Dolphins defense. But we're struggling too, especially on the back end. Like, so, for that reason, I feel like it's gonna be a scoring game. So I would say, if I were to say the score was gonna come off, I would say 38-34. We'll take this win on a close, high scoring game. 38-34 type of game. It could potentially be 40 something, but I'm gonna say, because of the defense, our defensive line might step in. Brian Johnson is still, trying to figure things out. So, what it would look like, it might not be, but it still should be a good enough high scoring game. So that's my thing. 38-34. That's what I'm saying. We take the win on a good scoring game. Probably like one or two field goals is going to be kicked, and yeah, like, it's gonna be a good game. Like, good offense. I feel like a good offensive game. A little bit of defense involved, but I feel like a good offensive game between both teams. And yeah, like, that's what I feel. Like, you let me know what you feel. Let me know what your score prediction before the game. Uh and yo, I'm gonna come out with another recap, another video after the game to let you know how I feel, how we did, and how the coaches did, and what's my opinions and my ideas about it. You tune in after the game too. Let me know what you felt about the game yourself, and we could get to talking and get it going. Like, because I know a lot of fans be having a lot of stuff on their chest to say, and they be needing somebody to vent. This is a place you could come out and vent to, and we all could get that, all could talk about it. Like, so stay tuned in after the game, and we'll talk about it. But yeah, that's all I want to say. That's my score prediction. After this video, you give me your score prediction. Let me know. And yeah, continue to watch, continue to follow, like, subscribe, continue to comment, put in your ideas, and it's much appreciated. Thank you very much. This is your boy Hyphen Jers. Thanks for tuning in to Hyphen Eagles. I'm out. Bird gang.